Here we are. It's another edition of the Cummins Real Estate Group show, of course, with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Curtis. Good to hear your voice. How are you?
It's good to have my voice heard. It's good to be talking to you. It's been a week already. Can you believe it?
It flies by. Just blink and it's gone.
It's funny how that works. I know, but I know a lot's been going on in real estate. Of course, I'm going to take just a shot in the dark and say that at least at some point in today's episode that we are going to talk stats.
Yes, so exciting. The February stats just came out a few days ago, and so why not talk about it? The monthly stats are in.
Excellent. Well, I know we always get to those stats at some point, and usually it's the first show of the month, so it wasn't too hard to figure out. I'm pretty smart that way.
Every fourth show, guaranteed, like clockwork.
Excellent. So how have things gone this week? I saw some accolades for you on social media this week.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had our office annual general meeting last week or the week before. I think it was last week. And it was via Zoom. So it was really cute. Usually we get together for breakfast and it's this big thing and it lasts and it's great. And we all get together, hundreds of us. But this year they all gave us a little package. It was a cute little champagne that said amazing on it. And then a little like cookie biscuit thing. And it was cute because we were all just doing Zoom. So but yeah, really happy and thankful and grateful that my clients are great and sales are good and it's been a good year and it's been an interesting year, and who would have thought?
And you were the top agent for Little Oak Realty.
Yes.
Excellent.
I love Little Oak too, because every RE/MAX, every brokerage is independently owned and operated. But as an owner, you could own multiple offices. And one of the reasons I chose RE/MAX Little Oak is not only the amazing people there, but as well there's 5 offices. So I get the exposure from my clients and my listings, my sellers that I want and need, because everyone's moving east. They're coming from Vancouver and Coquitlam and Surrey and Langley, kind of moving east. And I've always ran my business kind of broadly, not just focused on one specific area. So it's really great. So it was great seeing all the realtors' comments and everything, because we try to have our monthly sales meetings, but more people turn out for the annual general meeting. So it was great.
I like to think that it was the Popes to help put you over that edge to get you that number one spot.
Oh, my gosh. It was the Popes that drove me to everything I did last year, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we were one of the last sales of the year, I guess, and one of the last sells and buys. So I guess we would have been on there, but hey.
And I have to say, one of the most special. You and your family are such good people, so much character. You guys are awesome.
Well, 2 of the 3 kids are usually pretty good. One of them is always a bit of a jerk. It's like they have a schedule that they only inform each other of.
Oh, that's funny.
They just can't all 3 be good at the same time.
The Pope family schedule.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's almost like, okay, it's Cody's week to be the brat. Oh, it's Cassidy's week to be the brat. Oh, it's Dylan's week to be off. I mean, it's like...
At least they take turns.
They do. They take turns. Cody really takes the lion's share, though. He's happy to take a shift for everybody else.
Hey, talking about if you remember the day you moved in, I gave you a gift basket that had coffee beans in it, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Did you like them?
I do.
Okay, so the Smoking Gun coffee roasters, that's where those coffee beans come from. And I just got another box load this week from Brandon Litton, who's the founder and lead roaster for the Smoking Gun Coffee House. And oh my gosh, and the Penny Coffee House in downtown Mission across from my office there, they actually carry it. And so I'm all excited because I got a whole box of it. So I'm just like sniffing the coffee. I love it.
Well, it's funny you should ask, because I thought we had a coffee grinder and I couldn't find it forever. Unpacked. I got pretty much all the kitchen unpacked and I'm like, I swear we used to have a coffee grinder. Couldn't find it. So just like last week, I went, I have coffee beans in the house. I'm going to get good coffee. I'm buying a coffee grinder. So last weekend was when I finally cut open the bag and actually ground some of that coffee.
That's a good point. You know what I thought of is, oh my gosh, I give beans, but what if somebody doesn't have a coffee grinder? And maybe I need to buy coffee grinders and have, and add that to the gift basket.
Well, I swear we had one. I just don't know what happened to it.
You found one, or?
No, I bought a new one. I'm like, well, I'm just buying a new one.
Oh, send me the bill.
No, I think we're good. We obviously needed a new one because I don't know where the other one went.
So I have a great announcement. I have added to my group a licensed assistant.
Oh.
Her name is Christine Allen, and a lot of people around the community will know her because she's been a teacher for years. She's been really community-minded. She's been a mortgage broker for a long time, too, and I've known her for many years. She's actually a client of mine turned friend, now turned licensed assistant, and she's such a value add to my group for myself and my clients. She has amazing work ethic. She's got empathy. Her personality is mixed with strength and smarts. She's quick and savvy. So I'm thrilled to have her in our Craig Express group. Very excited.
Very cool.
That's my big announcement this week.
Just adding to the team.
That's right. Yeah. And and before we go into market stats, I wanted to talk about, before we dive into that, some news. So many Metro Vancouver home buyers been jumping in the market with subject-free offers, and some without even viewing the property. It's been pretty crazy because last week there was this, let's just call it a BC box, that was nothing real special in Abbotsford, listed for about $869. It sold subject-free for $1.5 million, is what I was told.
Whoa.
By the realtor. Yeah. That's over $600,000 over asking price.
It must be a good chunk of property, I would think.
Well, I'm telling you, I was shocked. Okay, there's no rhyme or reason sometimes.
Well, then we sold too soon, Michele, because we didn't get 1.5 for our place.
No, but think of what you would have had to buy for the place you bought.
Oh, right. This long. Right. You make a good point. You see, I'm always seeing the dollar signs the wrong direction.
You guys see it from both directions. It's true. Another place that sold before they were even scheduled to look at offers, because they were planning on seeing offers yesterday, on Friday. But no, they had two bully offers. So what's called a bully offer, where somebody sends in, usually over asking at some point, a subject free, and take our offer in 3 hours or 4 hours. So we call that bully offers. But two came in on this property from Vancouver buyers, and one of those hadn't even seen the property, and they got it. They just took it. In fact, the listing agent had 15 viewings wanting to see it. I was one of them, but there is no way. They said, nope, our sellers said they don't want to show it anymore. They're just done. They just want to take it and run, even though they were scheduled to wait till Friday. So sometimes maybe those bully offers can work. So, buyers are really having to put in anywhere between 5 to 30 offers before finally and hopefully getting one accepted, even when putting in a subject-free offer. So, don't even go into multiples if you're not going to do subject-free nowadays, which is kind of scary for the buyer. But you're usually looking on average 2 to 3 offers of the multiple offers will all be subject-free. The ones that aren't subject-free, Donovan, you don't have a hope. Just saying. I just posted on Thursday on my Facebook page my TV segment I did on how to win multiple offers, so which you can watch and learn from. And also we did a whole radio show on it as well, so you can listen to that on our podcast or find it on our website. But I usually say in times where you're up against multiple offers to have a pre-inspection done before putting in your offer. But these are very different market conditions than the usual seller's market. These are extreme times, which we've only ever seen once before, and that was back in 2016-17. So nowadays, if you spend that $500 to $700 inspecting every property before you put in your bid, who knows if you're going to get it? You may be spending that money 5 to 30 times. So that's a big financial risk that most people can't afford. So, and mortgage brokers, they're actually saying that they're seeing 75 to 80% offers coming in that are subject free. 75 to 80%. That's huge percentages. So if you're a buyer and you're thinking you might just try to do subject free, you really just got to be careful. You are up against sharks, so you have to go subject free or you're just not going to get it. However, you got to be warned and be cautious when doing this, especially if you only have 5% down, because there's a risk. The bank, the financial institution may not appraise the property to what you've offered, and then what are you going to do? I mean, what are your options? You have a committed purchase in place, you got your deposit down, and now your financial institution, hey, you're pre-approved, you're good, but the property doesn't appraise to it. So you just got to be careful about that. And a little bit of more information before we head to our break and go into the Fraser Valley stats is in Metro Vancouver, the real estate sales in February were up by 40% above the 10-year average. And in the Fraser Valley, we were up 88% above the 10-year average. There's some food for thought while we go on break.
Yeah, that is amazing. Although I will say this, again, it comes down to having that advice from a realtor you trust, because when we went in to buy our place, you said, you know what, get your inspection done before. And we were able to do that. So then we had no subjects, but we had still done our due diligence.
That's right. And it's amazing how just a short 3 months or however, it's only been so many months, and already things have changed to be even more extreme than then. And that was beautiful that you ran with that, because it really does make the difference.
It gives you a bit of peace of mind that I feel bad for people that can't do that now, because it is kind of scary jumping into something with both feet, not knowing if the water's deep enough.
Exactly. And it's buyer beware at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break here. If people want more information about what you do as a realtor, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
And we are back with more right after this. Segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, if I don't ask, my wife's going to be mad at me. How is BB doing?
Oh, BB's doing fantastic. I mean, he's got the run of the house. He's loving it. He's so adorable. He loves chopsticks. Like, he loves playing with pens, but mostly chopsticks is his thing. He bats it around, and he'll pick it up with his mouth, and he'll go run to play with it in a certain place, and he's funny.
It's funny because kittens are so entertaining. They just do things. I guess it's because of the whole learning, and puppies are too. But dogs aren't as smart as cats, so dogs continue to have to learn things the hard way, where cats eventually learn stuff. But when they're kittens, they do some dumb stuff.
He's pretty smart. Like, instantly, they know when they're not supposed to be on that counter, or, they're not supposed to be around, like, with trying to meow because they want a bite to eat. They know better. He's pretty smart that way. But I've got this little bell in a ball and on a string, and I'll carry it and I'll run around the house with it. I'll run around, and he just pounces and he runs after it. It's so fun.
Yeah, perfect. You're getting your exercise, too.
Exactly. I can't imagine life before him.
All right. Well, I know this is your favorite episode of the month. I know every episode is, but I know you like the stats episodes just a little bit more.
Okay, I got to tell you a story, which will lead us right into it just perfectly. So it really shows you what the market's like. So I was handing over keys this week to a buyer couple of mine, and a great place. And I was congratulating them on their possession. And I had to ask them, I was like, would you like to make an instant couple $100,000 minimum right now? Let me sell your house, and you'll make a couple $100,000. Anyways, it was funny. Seriously, they wrote our contract in late December, okay? They got an accept offer in December, and already their possession, like March 1st, or it was a few days ago, And minimum, that's how much they can make on it. So it goes to show you how quickly the market can change. It literally can change in a half a day. It can change in an hour, but month to month, we'll see. So if you're thinking of selling, be sure to call me so I can help you navigate through this being a seller, because there's a strategic way to market, giving your property the right exposure through targeted marketing efforts. You've got to have the knowledge. You've got to have the contacts, call it network, and got to have a plan. And that is how you get the highest dollar possible, more so than what you expect. So let's go into the market, because it's been like I'm sure there's demand to know exactly what's happening in the Fraser Valley, and that's why we're here. So let's go into that. So for the 6 consecutive months, that's 6 months, Curtis, Fraser Valley's real estate market experienced property sales of levels never, ever seen before in the 100-year history of the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. That's crazy. So what's fueling the demand is the combination of record low interest rates and the response to the pandemic. It's not something that could have been predicted, and it has some created it absolutely is a complex market. People always go, why didn't I know? Or nobody knew. Nobody knew this was going to happen. So you've got to have the knowledge and expertise of a professional to navigate through this, because it is quite a unique market. So the total active listings for February was down 28% from last year. That's huge, and the lowest ever for the month. We know more people are choosing to move to the Fraser Valley right now because they're seeing more usable space, a better quality of life, and they recognize that their housing dollar goes further out here. The challenge is selection. We anticipate as the vaccination rolls out and, the rollout of it accelerates, then confidence to listing the properties will increase. We'll get more, and we'll see inventory return to more normal levels. But in the meantime, we realtors will continue to ensure consumer safety is at the forefront of all home viewings and transactions. So let's go into benchmark price for the whole Fraser Valley for detached homes. It's at $1,163,000. That is an increase of 5.1% compared to January, and an increase of 19.9% compared to February of last year. Townhouses are at $600,000. That is an increase of 3.4% from last month, and an increase of 10.1% from last year. And the condos are $451,000, and that's an increase of 2.5% compared to last month, and an increase of 5.3% compared to last year. And then instead of 5 municipalities, I'm going to do 6, because, we've been leaving White Rock out. And, White Rock is its own city.
It is, and it's a place where so many of us would love to live.
It's true. The sounds of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite spots in the valley, in the Lower Mainland for sure.
Love it. Oh, I haven't been there in so long. Okay, so first we'll start with Abbotsford, though. The home of the center of the valley. Detached benchmark prices for Abbotsford are at $988,000, and I'm going to put my goggles on for this. Want to be able to make sure I say the right price, right? Benchmark prices have gone up for detached in Abbotsford, 21.8% from last year and 6.7% from January. Townhouses are at $502,000, and that's up 9.8% from last year and 2.9% from January. Condos are at $336,000. That's up 7.1% from last year and 2.6% from January. In Mission, the benchmark price for detached homes are at $823,000. That's up 23.1% from last year and 3.5% from the month before. Townhouses are at $495,000, up 9.7% from last year and 2.6% from January. And condos in Mission at $373,000. That's up 9.7% from last year, but actually down 1.3% from the month before. Now, let's sit in White Rock. White Rock benchmark detached homes are $1,547,000. That's up 18.5% from last year and up 4.8% from January. And townhouses are at 718,000, up 16.6% from last year and 5.4% from the month before. And condos at 512,000, up 5.5% from last year and 0.5% from January. Langley benchmark price for detached is $1,210,000, up 20.8% from last year and 4.1% from the month before. Townhouses, $611,000, that's up 9.4% from last year and 3.1% from the month before. And condos at $415,600, up 5.9% from last year and 2.3% from January. Delta benchmark detached price is $1,068,000. That's up 16.6% from last year and 5.7% from January. Townhouses are $592,000. That's 3.1% from last year and up 2.7% from January. Condos, $397,000, up 5.3% from last year and up 2.3% from the month before. And then Surrey benchmark detached price, $1,190,000. That's up 17.6% from last year and 4.4% from the month before. Townhouses, $610,000, up 8.3% from last year and up 3.3% from January. Condos are $447,000, up 6.2% from last year and up 3.3% from the month before. And there you have it, the Fraser Valley Real Estate stats, hot off the press from the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board for the month of February.
I just can't believe these prices keep going up. And joking about asking people if they want to make $200,000, instantly as they bought the house. I mean, it's mind-boggling when you think about it.
It absolutely is. And, predicting how long this is going to stay, we're starting to see more listings hit the market, but it's still not enough for the consumer demand. And might as well go into my coming up new listings. Okay, it is condo time. I've got a top floor, 2-bedroom and 2-bathroom condo in central Abbotsford coming up towards the end of the week with skylights. It's a 45-plus age-restricted building, so adult only, and it will be coming up at $279,900. I mean, that is affordable. And a little over, I've got also coming up probably Friday, it'll hit the MLS. It's a little over half acre in Abbotsford off Simpson Road. It's a unique, custom-built, one-of-a-kind 5-bedroom, 1.5 stories. So that means the main floor has a bedroom, full bathroom. Upstairs has 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And then there's also a walkout basement, which can be converted into an in-law suite. It's an entertainer's delight, this property, because it has an outside decking area that's multi-level, much like yours, Curtis.
I was going to say, are you selling my house?
Hey, if I can make you a whopping $600,000 more.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, go ahead.
But it's partly open, this deck, and then there's a big area that's fully covered. It's a lounging area with an outdoor kitchen and full wood-burning rock fireplace. It's really cool. The serene property has a creek running through it, and it's so nice. And it has an in-ground outdoor pool. Hey, that is an entertainer's delight. So that one's coming up. Keep an eye out for it. I want to point out something quickly before we go into our quote, and it kind of walks us into our quote, about character. I urge people to be careful about judging people who are nice and mistaking them for their kindness and their niceness and being empathetic as weakness, which a lot of people do. They think kindness equals weakness, and it's completely not true. Because so many times you'll be judging that person wrong, and it will only come back to bite you. It's like saying everyone is bad when everyone's not, or saying that there's a few rotten or bad apples, so just throw out the whole bunch when there could be a couple really good ones in there, and you actually need them because there's no other, apples left, or, those are the best ones out of the bunch. So, be good. Don't be lazy. And judge somebody without really testing who they are character-wise and what they have to offer the value, what the value that's worth to you will be so good for you. It's only good for you in your life. And so anyways, I just wanted to urge that for people.
Well, you're right, because, I read something the other day, and it's very true. And it's like, kindness isn't a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength.
I believe that.
It takes a lot more work to be kind than it does to not be kind.
So true. And that brings me to a quote by Mother Teresa. The miracle is not that we do this work, but that we are happy to do it.
That is profound.
Connecting that.
Yeah, wow, okay. Very cool. All right, I like that. If people want more information about what you do as a realtor, if they need some kindness, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
And make plans to join us again next week, when once again we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.